What up, though? Hope everybody is having a great Wednesday evening, Wednesday afternoon after this great announcement of Spence versus Crawford, which pretty sure is going to happen. As we can see today by the social media postings of not only Terrence Crawford but also of Earl Spence. So we had some good news to knock the fight this past weekend off of the news cycle, but I guess not. Because still, these motherfuckers, Lomachenko and his team, are still whining about this fucking fight from Saturday night, acting as if they have been wronged by the boxing world. These are people who have continually gotten opportunity after opportunity. From his first day as a pro, fight for a title in his second pro fight, getting a shot on the Mayweather versus Pacquiao undercard, which was a co-main spot, the most valuable spot on the card, uh, to losing his second pro fight, title fight, his second pro fight, which was a title fight, to immediately getting another title fight. So this man in 20 fights has gotten title opportunity after title opportunity after title opportunity, from 126 to 130 to 135. Even at 135, after uh, obtaining two belts with Comey as an IBF champion, WBC being vacant, and the WBC belt vacant, he was still given an opportunity to fight for a vacant title as a unified titleist of two other sanctioning organizations. When he agreed ahead of every other ranked fighter who'd been paying sanctioning fees to the WBC for an opportunity, he wins the fight, wins the belt, then in another show of privilege and entitlement, goes back against his word, his agreement to fight the mandatory, and petitions the WBC for a designation to skip past his mandatory, be assigned a designation called franchise champion, which we haven't heard these words since, which allowed him to sit out of the ring without a defense of the WBC title for over a year. For over a year, folks. Now, let's not forget, this was COVID. But prior to COVID, prior to the COVID measures, the original fight with Tio was scheduled for late May, early June. So still, from late May to early June, when he had won the title in August, so you had September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. He had 9 to 10 months of holding on to a designation slash title slash bullshit, which I don't know what the hell the thing is, because nobody talks about it anymore. Instead of using that time to defend the mandatory title to defend the title against the mandatory challenger, who at that time was Devin the Dream Haney. Okay? Now, after losing to Teofimo Lopez, blamed the shoulder. Maybe he had a shoulder injury, but like I always say, every fighter steps into that ring with some type of injury. 99% of fighters have shoulder injuries. If you ever fought, 99% of fighters have shoulder injuries. Most never have the opportunity to be able to take the time off to get the surgery needed to repair it. So most fighters just fight through it. Some fighters just don't like being cut open either, which is also possible. So anyway, after losing the title, his two titles to Teofimo Lopez, he then goes on to beat Richard Comey, who had previously already lost to Teofimo Lopez and Robert Isha Jr. Then goes on to beat Nakatani, who had previously already lost to Teofimo Lopez, which somehow set him back in line to challenge George Kambosos for 3 titles. Because George Kambosos had beat Teofimo Lopez at this time. Now, by this time, that so-called franchise designation was just supposed to be one designation for one person that had been changing hands, which is the opposite of said what they said was it was made for originally. So anyway, so now he gets an opportunity to fight for 3 titles. Once again, jumping ahead of the line in front of everybody from the IBF, the WBO, and the WBA. After a loss in 2 mediocre wins. Now, the war in Ukraine breaks out. He has to go back to his country. So in steps Devin the Dream Haney, who takes to seize an opportunity and seizes it. Signs with Lou DiBella, goes to Australia, beats George Kambosos, who had a rematch, goes to Australia again, beats him again. Meanwhile, Lomachenko has an less than stellar performance against the young kid, Jermaine Ortiz. But that was enough to get him a true, undisputed title shot. So because of Devin the Dream Haney, we go from uncertainty at the lightweight division to bringing clarity to the lightweight division by beating George Kambosos twice. There's no longer talk of franchise titles and any of this other nonsense. So, because of Devin the Dream Haney, Lomachenko gets his first fight in Las Vegas at the MGM in front of a sold-out crowd and on pay-per-view. The biggest event he's ever been a part of in his life, with just 20 fights. I would have to go back and look at Floyd, but I don't think Floyd got that big fight until he was well into his 20s, damn near 30. But Lomachenko, until he was well into his 20s, 20-something fights. But Lomachenko was able to get that big of an opportunity because of who he was signed with and because of the politics of boxing, which the politics of boxing exists. I have no problem with the politics of boxing. Matter of fact, you should be making sure who you sign with is important. Don't just take the money. Go with people who have influence and power over these sanctioned organizations, because whether we like it or not, the shit is never going to change. What's up, BBO? The shit is never going to change. So if you do not apply yourself and you take the stupid route by going with someone that's not plugged in with these people, that's on you. This life isn't about fairness. So don't think anything's going to be fair to you now. So this big event, everybody is buzzing, put on a great fight. We all loved it. Some of us scored it for Loma. Some of us scored it for Devin Haney. Personally, I had it a draw, and you all know I picked Lomachenko to win. Not only to win, but to stop Devin Haney. Not only to stop Devin Haney, but to stop Devin Haney in the 11th round, which he had ample opportunity to do in the 11th round. But going in a close fight, in an undisputed fight, in the fight for your career, for your future pound for pound and Hall of Fame career, you go in after having this man hurt, almost dropped, almost stopped, and you say, I took the last round off. Let me say that again for you. I took the last round off, which not only is it the last round, it is a quote unquote what? Championship round. So you said I took the championship round off. Even after admitting all of this, then you come out and say, I felt I won the fight. That's cool with me. If you felt you won that fight, that's cool. I had it a draw. It could have went either way. I wish you would have won because I would have won some motherfucking money. But you didn't win, but you feel that you won the fight. I'm okay with that. Boxers all the time in close fights, they say they won. No problem with that. But it's the behavior since then. He has not thanked Devin Haney for giving him an opportunity and for sharing the ring with him, which is just basic boxing etiquette after you fight a guy. He wants to tell people that Devin Haney isn't as good as this guy or that guy. Guys who Devin Haney has already beat, like Jorge Linares. His team is filing petitions and crying and whining and this the judge was this and this is it. Bro, the L. Not only take the L, be grateful that you were given an opportunity to take that L. Because there are a lot more deserving people than you, Mr. Vasily Lomachenko, Mr. Title shot in your second pro fight, Mr. Title shot in your third pro fight coming off a loss. And if you look at the WBO rules, they state that a fighter cannot fight for a WBO title coming off a loss. But not for Lomachenko. He's above the rules, as has been shown time and time and time again. The rules of boxing does not apply to him, which they don't apply to Canelo. They don't apply to Tank Davis. They don't apply to Anthony Joshua. But what do those three have in common? Those three are revenue generators. People who can fight anybody and generate revenue. Lomachenko is not a revenue generator. So why don't the rules apply to him? We all know why. And as you can see, his fans bitching and complaining that he lost a close fight. Like the whole world, oh man, these people are just, these people have just really shown their true colors once again. Crying and complaining over a close fight that he lost, and now they want to change all the rules. Max Kellerman scored the fight 115-113 for Lomachenko, giving Lomachenko the 12th round. The 12th round who Lomachenko admit took off and gave the round away. But with Max Kellerman on his high horse is going to now tell us all how to properly score fights. He couldn't even properly score the fucking fight himself. He couldn't properly score the fight himself by giving a guy a round that he admits he took off. So why the fuck should we listen to you, Max Kellerman? Huh? Oh, you got these other guys. You got Jim Lampley coming in with conspiracy theories. I doubt if anybody even heard about that. But if he had an article on Boxing Scene coming up with these conspiracy theories is why he lost. And the only conspiracy theory is that we all thought heading into the fight is if it's a close fight, the fight is going to Lomachenko because he's the fighter signed with the Top Rank Promotions. Right? That was the only plausible conspiracy theory. Exactly, Skill. That was the only plausible conspiracy theory going into the fight. Now you got Paulie Malignaggi yesterday, 2 days ago, still can't take the loss. So you know what he said? More conspiracy. Well, the reason they gave the fight to Lomachenko is because he re-signed with Top Rank 2 days before the fight, which was a lie. But basically what he's saying is what we all felt prior to the fight, that whoever Top Rank's money was behind, whoever Top Rank's money was behind they were going to give that opportunity to. Basically, what we all thought going into the fight. But no, the young man really, really impressed me. You know what I said? Like I said, I thought Lomachenko was going to stop the guy late in the fight. But, you know, he really showed his worth, and he's going to be a hard guy for anybody to beat. But this goddamn Loma and his team. Now Bob Arum is talking about it's strange that to have all American officials for a fight between American and Ukraine. No, what was strange to have arena comprised mainly of Americans rooting for the Ukrainians. Okay, that was what was surprising. And he said, Lomachenko, if you're talking about Linares, Lopez, to me, they are better than Haney. And I remember Linares beat Haney. I mean, Haney beat Linares. I didn't hear the commentation. Like I said, I had the TV up. I was so fucking plugged into that fight, I don't even remember what was said. I remember the corner instructions. I remember Max's final scorecard. That's all I remember. Yeah, that's basically all I remember from that fight. So now you got Bob Arum blaming the judges. You for being American, like that ever mattered. Well, most of these white Americans don't even root for the fucking black American fighter. These motherfuckers fucking anybody with 12 fucking letters in their last name. You got Jim Lampley with his conspiracy theory. I'm trying to find a goddamn article. Yeah, you got Jim Lampley with his goddamn conspiracy theories. His conspiracy theories about what really happened this weekend. Where's that damn article at? Fuck, I thought I had it pulled in. I'm gonna tell y'all like they were saying. I'm gonna tell y'all like they were saying about Wilder after Wilder lost. Quit making excuses. Humble yourself. Give the man credit for beating you. Uh, yeah, exactly. That was strange too. Give the man, excuse me, give the man credit for beating you. Maybe if you humble yourself, he'll give you opportunity at a rematch. You know, all that other good shit that y'all was saying about Wilder after he lost to Fury the second time. So, you know, let's really keep that type of energy going for this Lomachenko, the most privileged boxer I've ever seen in my life. Never seen a fighter get this many undeserved opportunities in my life. Uh, and even when presented with them opportunities, he can't close the show. Salido, T.O., and now Haney. He can't close the show. And this is Jim Lampley's words. Ex-HBO Mike man Jim Lampley, who called several Lomachenko's fights before the network threw in the towel, does see a trend when it comes to beating man's origin. This is Jim Lampley. The next quote, the next Eastern Euro fighter who gets a fair shake from Vegas judges will be the first. Kovalev, Triple G, now Vasily, all victims of similar decisions that turn on late round scorecards that go against them when they are not fading, but rather right there in the fight. The Vegas official establishment knows its job, which is to take care of casinos that feed every meter down. Now, I find it strange that he says, speaking of this fight, uh, late round scorecards that go against them when, besides Moretti, every other Loma was getting the later rounds. He just gave up that 12. That's on him. That's on him. How many bettors fly in from Ukraine or Kazakhstan or Russia? Not as many as from California or Mexico. All these decisions pure coincidence, or do they portray political logic on the strip? Once, twice, three times, now four. Fuck you, Jim Lampley, and that's why you are not needed in any boxing discussion. any boxing broadcaster. That's why nobody wants to hire you, because you stupid. Now, let's say this: Manny Pacquiao was from Philippines. Do you think it wasn't many batters flying in from Philippines either? No, he got decisions in Vegas. You know why? Because he was a better fighter. Matter of fact, he even lost one at one time. It's not about the nationality of fighters, because you can have fighters from foreign countries who can actually build up a big name in America. And number two, if you shit, go fight in your own country. If you don't like it here, you know, if you don't like it here, you can always go fight in Pakistan or wherever the fuck you from, where you getting paid fucking $5,000 a fight. Or if you want to come over here and fight for the big American $1 million money, then don't complain, because nobody else will give you an opportunity to go to the UK. Why you ain't going over to the UK or go to Australia? No, you want to come here because you know you want to make money. Now, Kovalev wasn't no big draw, and Ward wasn't no big draw either. So what bettors are flying in to see a fucking Andre Ward fight? None. None. You know, Triple G got a close decision against Daniel Jacobs, a close decision against Derevyanchenko. This man has close decisions also. Shit. And anybody asking, I was down with the rematch until today. I say fuck the rematch. Make Loma go. You know how they love to say you got to fight somebody to earn your position. Make Loma go fight fucking Shakur Stevenson to earn Lomachenko Devin Haney fight. That's if Devin Haney wants to fight him again. And don't, and all these fans that you see, listen, don't be fooled, because all these motherfuckers sound the same. They all say the same shit. What Devin Haney needs to fight him again to clear everything up with the fans, or to please the fans, or to make the fans, anybody talking about for the fans, ignore their ass. Because what they really mean is for them. Devin Haney ain't got to do shit for the fans. And if he did go in there and beat him and knock his ass out, it don't matter, because they still gonna talk about the first fight. The same way they still talk about Floyd versus Castillo 1 and not Floyd versus Castillo 2. The second fight doesn't matter to these quote-unquote fans. And these quote-unquote fans, once he stops fighting Loma, they not going to keep supporting his career. If he fights Loma again and beats the shit out of Loma, that's the end of them with Devin Haney. Exactly, Karma. If he fights and beat the shit out of Loma again, that's the end of their dealings with Devin Loma. Now, Devin can go in there and fight, and if he beats Tank, you gain a lot more fans. But these people talking about for the fan shit, bro, these aren't real fans. They just want to get their boy a win. The same way they wanted to get Triple G a win, the same way they wanted to get Kovalev a win. They're all the same fan group, fan base. All the same. And Lord have mercy, do not let Wilder versus Usyk happen. Boy, this would send these people into a permanent tailspin, a fucking psychotic episode. We get that fight, and if Wilder wins, I mean, the foreigner usually gets robbed on American in Vegas. The whole boxing world, fans, media, journalists, promoters, and celebrities. Vegas is the most controversial. Vegas is not the most controversial commission. Excuse me. It's not. What? Give me some examples of foreign fighters getting robbed in Vegas. I'm not talking about no bullshit ass undercard. I mean, we could bring up a situation where a foreign fighter got robbed in Mexico on the Canelo undercard by the hometown fighter, Stevie Sparks card. Before the fight, they switched out judges before the fight and brought in a whole new 3-panel of judges. Okay. Canelo isn't, if you're going to go GGG, Canelo isn't American. Canelo is Mexican. If you want to go Kovalev, no, that was not a robbery. Kovalev War 1 was not a robbery. That was a close ass fight. And in close fights, you get close divisions. But again, He fought him the second time and he beat him. But once again, nobody brings up the second fight. They still want to talk about the first. That's why it's useless to even bring up a rematch because nobody's going to talk about the second fucking fight. They want to dwell on that one fight that they think they had. You know what I'm saying? Hometown fighters usually get benefited. Devin was the hometown fighter. No. See, now you're going two different things. Devin was the home. Well, Devin is really from Oakland, but he spent most of his time in Vegas. Devin was the quote unquote hometown fighter, but the crowd was more in favor of Lomachenko. So if we were to deduce what Vegas saw at the fight, it would be more people are rooting for Lomachenko than the hometown fighter. So why don't we give it to the guy who more people are rooting for so we can have another one of his fights here and these people can come back and root for him again? I mean, that would be the logical step to what is going on. Felix Stern against Oscar. Kovalev against Ward. No, that was a close fight. Maidana against Floyd, that wasn't even close. Maidana against Floyd, one wasn't even close. Floyd landed like, that's the thing about the Maidana Floyd fight. Floyd landed like 60-some% power shot, was timing this dude and everything he come in, but people see Maidana swinging wildly and thought he won the fight. The fight wasn't even close. The fight wasn't even close. Not close whatsoever. What was another one? Floyd, look, I do agree with you. A lot of people thought Oscar De La Hoya lost that Felix Stern fight. Now, I will agree with you on that. But that had nothing to do with it. That's just another close, controversial decision, which we could travel all around the country and see those. It's not just something that stays in Vegas. More money to be made on a 25-year-old American than a 35-year-old Ukrainian. Maidana was unorthodox, not specific. No, I think. Excuse me. Yeah, I think. What networks? He doesn't have a. He isn't signed to a network. Lomachenko's the one signed to the network, not Devin Haney. Devin Haney is a man without a home. He's got 4 belts, but he's a man without a home. You know, I'm pretty sure the networks in Vegas would have loved to see a Lomachenko versus Shakur Stevenson fight, since most of the people there were cheering for Lomachenko, and not a lot were cheering for Devin Haney. So you got this 85% of the crowd cheering for Lomachenko. Now you fight Shakur Stevenson in Vegas. Now you got Shakur fans, and you have a big 50-50 crowd cheering for both guys. Okay. More money to be made on a 25-year-old American. More money to be made. The only person to make the money is what's his name? Tank versus Devin. That's a good money fight. But so was Lomachenko versus Shakur Stevenson. If Lomachenko would have won, that's the biggest fight for ESPN. Top rank. There was money to be made no matter who these guys are. Your ultimate play is going to be, if you were top ranked at ESPN, is Lomachenko win, fight Shakur beats him and win. Now you have your future young American star, because it's not Devin Haney, because he's gone. Devin Haney is long gone, so it's not Devin Haney. So I don't know how to, really he beat the networks, he beat the promoter. He beat the whole everybody conspiring against him to win. Now the next thing we got to say is Floyd Mayweather inspired the judges because he want Haney to fight Tank. That's the next. That's matter of fact, let's speak of Fury. I see motherfucking Fury in a fight in Vegas, as a matter of fact, where it should have been stopped. But not only did the network interfere with the fight, everybody knew that fight was not going to be stopped because it was a bigger money fight down the line. I'm talking about that Fury versus Wilder fight with that cut. The network went over there and told Fury's trainer there's supposed to be a fourth wall. This type of shit should be happening. They went over there and told Fury's trainer that the cut was caused by a punch, not a headbutt. Okay, funny how the foreign fighter never gets a call in Vegas in a close fight when 99% of the world thought he won. I don't know. Well, 100% of the judges thought Devin Haney won. So whatever 99% of the world thinks, it doesn't matter. Fury was Fury was robbed and Wilder won. How many rounds did you give Fury in the first round of the fight? Stop your tribal emotional BS. Keep it boxing. First of all, I'm very tribal. Number one, if you don't like it, you can easily leave and unsubscribe. Because one thing about me, that little shit, that little unbiased fairness shit, that don't work on me. Okay, I'm very tribal. I extremely root for the Black American fighter first and foremost. You could easily unsubscribe. You could also leave the chat because this little shit that y'all others try to play on us, try to make us feel bad. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers be trying to make you feel bad or feel less than because you support your own. Any show of Black solidarity has always gotten non-Black people scared. These motherfuckers could come to a motherfucking fight with all types of flags and shit, but let a Black person say, yeah, I'm going with the Black dude. Oh Lord Jesus Christ, you're tribal. Oh, you're biased. Yeah, you motherfucker right, I'm biased. Now what? Now that they got that out the way, what? I'm very biased. But you know what? I'm gonna keep it 100% real. Okay? You are talking to a guy who picked Lomachenko to win the fucking fight. Go look at my other video. Just because I could support somebody don't mean I have to lose all common sense. The problem with y'all, what y'all don't understand, because y'all mind is so, this is the difference. Y'all think we think like y'all. We don't think like y'all. Okay? We could be tribal. We could be biased, but we could also be, we could also have common sense and not let that cloud our thoughts and our vision. We could do that without hating y'all. Y'all can't do that without hating us. That's the difference. So when we say, I support the Black American fighter, you think we hate other fighters. No. Because when y'all say, I support this fighter, y'all hate us. We don't think like y'all. If we thought like y'all, every fucking neck in this fucking country would be slashed. But we are forgiving people. A peaceful people. Now, as I continue. Exactly, because he just want to argue. Because he expected me to be like one of these go along to get her own Negroes. No, I'm fair. I'm fair. I'm fair. You got motherfucking Paulie out here talking about the Black people are rooting for the Black people, and you only fought. Why am I winning? Because okay, yeah, motherfucker. Okay, now, yes. Now what? This is the point which you need to start telling these motherfuckers to leave them away. When they make an accusation of you, agree with them. Now then ask them what. Now what you gonna do about it? You either gonna keep listening or you gonna take your ass somewhere else. Preferably take your ass somewhere else. Because me personally, I don't make no money off this shit. Now I'd rather you be gone somewhere else. Okay? I don't like people like you. I don't need people like you. I wish you would never come to my channel again. I'm not gonna kiss anybody's ass, okay? I do not need white people to fund my way of making a living. Okay? So therefore, I do not have to keep kiss white people ass like a lot of these other people do. I don't need fucking super chats. I don't need fucking donations. If I want to make a dollar, I can go out there and get my motherfucking dollar by myself. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. The same way I'm on here. This is the thing about it. What's so funny about this shit? Let me tell you. I built up one of the biggest followings on Twitter, on boxing Twitter, by being who I am. Not by kissing ass, by being who I am. I don't censor myself for nobody. I say exactly what's on my mind, exactly what I think. But people respect other people who aren't fake. People respect other people who would tell the truth, even when you disagree with them. People are still going to respect you. This ass kissing, shoe shining, shuffling, that shit gets you nowhere. All it does is traps you into a corner where you can't be truthful with yourself. And if you can't be truthful with yourself, what's the whole point? You have to be able to be truthful with yourself. And if somebody else probably talking about why white people don't like boxing. No, this is what they say when they say that's why nobody's watching boxing no more. They really mean white people aren't watching boxing as much as they used to. always been sustained on Black and Hispanic supporters and participants of the sport. Now, we have to speak facts about what this is. No, I didn't boot his ass. I told him he could leave if he wanted to. Shit, I didn't boot his ass if he don't like what I'm saying, bro. There's plenty of channels out there that would tell you exactly what they're saying. He even got the same skin tone as me. I'm just not one of them. But yeah, they've always sustained the sport. Man, I done went off on this motherfucker rant. But anyway, if Putin gets jobbed in Japan, you'll play the victim. No, bro. What you mean if he gets jobbed in Japan? I done pick motherfucking look. I've interviewed Stephen Fulton. I've been to Minneapolis to watch Stephen Fulton fight. Drove 11 motherfucking hours to watch Stephen Fulton versus Danny Rovan. I met Stephen Fulton. You know what I'm saying? Done really supported his ass, and I'm still picking Lomachenko to win. I can root for Stephen Fulton, but I'm still picking Lomachenko to. I'm not Lomachenko. I'm still picking Inoue to win. I just think Inoue is going to beat him. That's it. And I don't even think it's going to be a point of getting robbed. Shit. What the fuck? That's what I say. They can't separate the two. They cannot separate the two. They think supporting your own means hating them. Before I even really knew Stephen Fulton I was always talking about Inoue. He's always been one of my favorite fighters. But of course I want to see Stephen Fulton do good. Just not put my money on him. That's all. My money just gonna be going on Inoue, you know. We gotta separate, you know, make a little dollars from the emotion. Matter of fact, motherfucker tell you, I think it was your channel, Mark Nash, when the niggas was sitting up here trying to, or maybe it was BVO, was sitting up here trying to say Inoue ain't that good. And I was like, bro, y'all better stop playing with this man, because this motherfucker is good as fuck. Shit. Okay. Foreign boxer shouldn't box in Vegas. You know what? They sure should. You know what they should say boxing at? They're in their home country. Let's see how much money they'll make. Let's see how much money they'll make over there. Stay over there. Like you bringing up Canelo GGG. Canelo ain't even American. So which was the foreign fighter? Which was the American that they were in favor of? And bringing up Kovalev Ward, which was a close fight, number one. Number two, that fight did so motherfucking horrible. Why the fuck would they? They should that financially both of those fights did so fucking horrible. Like what was the cash cow in that fight? Ward ended up retiring after. The first fight didn't do much. The second fight performed worse financially. Where was the cash cow in that shit? You know? Huh? I don't get it. I don't get it. We had to actually start looking at the facts of the situation. Now, so this is why boxing is dead. Boxing is not dead in America. Charlo versus Cano had 7,000 fans and it was undisputed. You know what? It sure did. You know how much money they made on that fight? You know what the gate was on that fight? It was over $1 million. Did you know last year only 7 cards had over $1 million gates? And Charlo and Castano was one of them. Okay? Great fight. Castillo versus Chico, a great fight, right? Come back, still talk about it to this day. Do you know it was less people at that was at Charlos versus Castano. So how is boxing dead? It was less fight people at bro. I'm telling you. Talk about the second fight. I mean, I think a lot of times people just say shit that they heard other people repeat instead of actually doing the research for themselves. Because if you actually did the research, you would understand how big boxing is. Very big now, extremely big now. The smaller cards are bigger than a lot of main events cards right in 1 million gate. That's not garbage for an undisputed fight. It's not about an undisputed fight. I mean, Tank versus Ryan had no belts and did a $22 million gate. It's not about an undisputed fight. It's about getting people interested in fighters. It's about driving interest in fighters. And the 154-pound division has never been a money division. It has never been a money division. Lightweight, welterweight, middleweight, and heavyweight have always been your money division. You can't name a 154-pound fight in history that did as well as that fight. What? No, 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 no. Let me rephrase that. Any Canelo fight at 154 did better. But prior to that, you can't name it. You can't name it. It's dead because American fight. Exactly, Thomas. Somebody was on here the other day. I was speaking with somebody else. This is another question I want to ask because I haven't really researched this, but I just off the top of my head I can think of. Has there ever been a point in history at the lightweight division like it is now where there's been this many top Black American fighters at the division all at once? When you have Shakur, you have Tank, you have Haney, you also have Keyshawn, you also have Frank Martin, and then possibly my man, the little prospect coming up. I forgot his name. I don't think there's ever been a point in the lightweight division where you had this many now. Because the lightweights, like 126, 130, 135 has usually been dominated by the Hispanic fighters. But I think this is the first time that I can think of, just off the top of my head, it's been this many. So hopefully we get these fights. Devin Haney versus Tank Davis is a huge fight. Might even be bigger than the Ryan Garcia fight. Stevenson versus we know that fight didn't happen, but I love to see Stevenson versus Frank Martin. That would be a great fight. Yeah, that Carson, California fight, it was rescheduled. If these fighters could make any money anyways, they wouldn't have to come to Vegas. Exactly. Name me a top American champion from heavyweight to middle that have the sport. We know in the strap. I don't even understand what you talk about. Name a top American champion from heavyweight to middleweight. That's half the sport. We know Inouye and Estrada in the lower weights. I'm not pretty sure what you asked me to do. We also just got man, Pitbull ain't trying to fight nobody that's halfway decent, man. Y'all heard who he fighting on the Spence Crawford undercard? He ain't trying to fight nobody that's halfway decent, which is sad. Yeah. Pitbull, man. Pitbull, he should fight Frank Martin, preferably, or at worst, Edwin De Los Santos. I do agree with that. But he's fighting. Damn, what's that dude, man? I can't remember the guy name. Anyway, it'll be a pretty mid fight, and then now hopefully that get Lipinus versus Elvis Rodriguez going also. Yeah, they ain't trying. Well, I ain't trying to fight. I would love shit. That's a good ass fight. Yeah, as a matter of fact, for Spence versus Crawford, we will be having the biggest meetup of all time that we have put together so far. Still trying to get the details on it. Get it together what we're gonna do. But I'm gonna definitely be pushing on here and let y'all know. But yeah, it's gonna be a big ass meetup prior to the fight. Like after the weigh-in, we're gonna do something. Probably roller skating, some shit. I don't know, man. Probably rent a cabana with a pool. Yeah, that's what we should do. Rent a cabana with a pool, with the DJ and the caterer. I'm gonna look into that. Renting a cabana with a pool. That sound like a good move, don't it? For all y'all that's coming to Vegas, would y'all be interested? A cabana and a pool with the DJ and the food catered. Let me know if y'all interested, man. Y'all follow me on Twitter. Let me know if y'all interested. Matter of fact, I'm gonna probably announce something this Saturday once I get together. Once I see what we're gonna talk to my friend and see what we're gonna schedule. What we're gonna schedule. Yeah, that shit gonna be cool. Oh. Anyway, y'all, I gotta tend to my duties around the house. Appreciate y'all. Okay, you 100% there. Make sure y'all follow me on Twitter if y'all don't. And DM me and let me know if y'all interested. By Saturday, we should pretty much know what the event we gonna plan. It's gonna be fun, man. I'm telling you. If y'all ain't never pulled up to one of our events before, you will really, really enjoy yourself. Everybody is welcome, even the haters, even the people that have issues. Trust me. Let me tell you something. This is what I know. A lot of these people, they one way online, and when you meet them in person and shit, they be a lot different, man. This is why. Trust me. Everybody's cool. Ain't nobody looking to fight. We don't be doing that fighting shit. We all just be looking to hook up, have fun, talk our shit. That's why we supposed to be doing a basketball game, but I canceled that. I'm not doing no more unless I'm a coach. I'm not getting out on that goddamn court. Fuck up my fuck up my back. But yeah, I'll keep y'all posted on what we gonna